Hey, Brody.
Hey.
All right, welcome back. Let's call Maggie. You guys met on Hinge, the dating app. You went on a date. You thought the date went really well. At the end of the date, you kind of leaned in for a kiss, and then she went in for it and kissed you, which, I mean, I would say at the end of a date, if a woman does that to me, then I would think she was into me, and I would assume that I'm going to be seeing her again. You've reached out, but you've come to realize that you've been blocked and unmatched and unfollowed and all the things, and you're trying to figure out what happened between her kissing you and being blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's call Maggie now. Good luck.
Hello.
Hi, is this Maggie?
Yes, this is.
Hey, Maggie, good morning. My name is Fred. I'm calling from the Fred Show, the morning radio show, and I have to tell you that we are on the radio right now, and I would need your permission to continue with the call. Can we chat for just a second?
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I know it's kind of awkward, but we're calling on behalf of a guy who says he matched with you on Hinge. His name is Brody, and you guys went out recently. Do you remember meeting Brody?
I do, yes.
Okay, so let me tell you that he described, his date with you as a great time, and he says there was chemistry at the end of the date. He even, in his mind, I'm not sure if you would agree, but in his mind, he went in for a kiss, and then you really went for it, like you were into him. Does that all sound right?
Yeah, it did. I did have a good time that night, yeah.
Okay, so he says everything was great, and you're confirming that, except he believes that he's been blocked since the date and unfollowed and unmatched and all those things. So what happened? If you had a good time on the date, then why have you blocked him? Why can't he get a hold of you to schedule another one?
I was just hoping I could just walk away from this. So it didn't have anything to do with the date. That was totally fine. But I saw him. This wasn't like on purpose or anything. It was just chance encounter, and I don't think he saw me, but I saw him. Okay, I don't know how to put this because we're on the radio. Leaving like an adult toy store.
Got it.
What were you doing? Can we just ask, what were you doing? So, why were you staking out the parking lot of the adult toy store?
Right, back it on up.
Can we just, if you wouldn't mind, indulge me for a second. Why were you there?
No, it's like, okay, so you know how, like, there are strip malls and stuff, and then, just whoever buys that real estate, I was doing something completely different, and it just happened to be next to it's a very famous,
Well, I mean, I can think of a couple that are near other things that I would do where I wasn't going to that store, but I was going like to eat or something, and then there's the place. So, I mean, I can think of a few spots like that. So, okay, so it just so happened that you were in the vicinity of this man, Brody, and he was walking out of an adult store. Okay, well, he's an adult.
Yes, and I saw him with so he bought stuff, and he didn't just buy, one or two things. Like, he had, these massive, massive bags, and it was, two of them, one on each arm.
Wow. Quite the haul.
Right.
At the store, yeah. Okay.
I didn't know what she was going to say after massive, but I'm glad it was bags.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's fine, I don't know what,
Yeah, you know what? No, don't kink shame here. We got to let our freak flag fly.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe this could come in handy on the second date, since things went so well on the first date, right?
Oh, I am not a second date wonder. I need at least 3 dates, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yes, girl.
Okay, we can leave stuff packaged until then, or whatever. Anyway, so I guess where's the problem here?
So... Okay, so but then there was a guy with him that was very, very obviously not just his friend, if that makes sense.
They were holding hands or something, or I mean, how do we know?
A little bit more than holding hands.
In the parking lot? What were they doing?
They just couldn't wait, I guess.
Right, I'm gonna bust this open right here.
That's like me when I get McDonald's fries. You think I'm getting all the way home with those things?
No.
Absolutely not. They're gone by the time I get
exactly.
home.
What fries?
Right.
Fries.
Okay, so there was more.
Hell yeah.
So there's whatever they were doing in the parking lot would lead you to believe that they were more than friends. We're going to say that.
Yes, and I mean, that's totally fine, but it's I don't, you went on a date with me, so it's if that's already established, like, I don't want to be involved in, like, whatever you are thinking about doing, you know, like.
So it's possible that his interests are male and female.
Yeah, and probably at the same time.
All right, well, you know what? Let's get to the bottom of this, because I forgot to mention that Brody is here, and he's been very quiet and very patient. Brody, what you didn't know, I guess, is that there was a chance encounter between the two of you, of which you were unaware, and so she saw what she believed to be you in the store and a man and some other activity. Is that all true?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that.
Oh, come on.
Also,
no,
it was not
know.
you.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay, well, were you?
No.
Well, let me ask you this:
Right.
Were you recently at an adult retail location with a man and expressing yourself in a way that might indicate that you were very obviously more than friends with this man? Does any of that sound familiar to you?
I don't know. A lot of this seems like invasion of someone's privacy. So, I don't know. I can't recall ever. No.
Brody, do you have an interest? I don't want to pry because it's clear I don't think you want to talk about it. So you're saying it wasn't you, or you're saying it could have been you? Did anything she say resonate with you at all?
I don't know, man. It could have been me. It could not have been me. Like it
could have been.
Like Brody, for example, in that particular scenario, it definitely wasn't me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you would know for sure.
Like if you were to describe that scenario to me, for example, I could very clearly and definitively tell you that wasn't me. And you're not saying that, and I'm not trying to out you, I'm not trying to pressure you. I just think Maggie thinks she saw something that indicates more about you, and I think she wants to know if she saw it correctly.
No, this is too much. I'm good. Thank you guys for your work. I'm good. Thank you. Bye.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Brody.
So he was definitely there. Right.
Look, I wasn't trying to out anybody, but I do think you have a right to know, Maggie, if what your partner is into. Maybe not on the first date, but I think at some point he needed to reveal that to you. I think it's fair.
Yes.
If you like both genders or whatever you're into, I think that's a reasonable thing to inform somebody of. But maybe not on the first date.
But also, like, if you already have something with somebody, like, don't go on a date with somebody else.
That is a part of this I hadn't really considered. Is like, well, what is the nature of that relationship? Mm-hmm. Right. Well, that's a good point.